all, Charity, I know you, I don't know what you are. Girl, who wears 9-inch? I don't want to hear, oh, I wear 9-inch. Did y'all see the heels she had on, girl, when you going? That ain't the church. Did you? Her dress was too short. Then you got Bishop talking about, I can't even. What? And then you got Sophia talking about dick? Whoa! I know. AJ ain't sitting here trying to give some advice, but you just try to kill yourself. I'm here, sir. You just try to kill yourself. Ooh, I can't wait to do this review, man.
Y'all, first of all, okay. So it's 9:22, and ooh, excuse me. And I don't have to be at work until 10:30, so I can't wait till tonight to record Greenleaf. Y'all, this is the episode for Greenleaf. So, let's get the little stuff. So, Sophia, she, she dealing with her titty pic drama, titty gate, whatever you want to call it. Obviously her pics them resurfaced. She's trying to, erase them from the internet. Girl, that's not happening. That's not happening. For her, the first time, like, I knew from the first time when she was like, oh yeah, we, reported every account that had it. And I'm like, ma'am, oh yeah, my chair's over there. I couldn't even, see, that's how fast I wanted to do this review because I don't have time to go over there. Anyway. And basically she was like, oh yeah, we got it, and it's like, somebody has those pictures. And sure enough, somebody had those pictures and they resurfaced. And, she's dealing with that. Now, Zora, her and Zora, they're talking, and, Sophia, she's like, I don't even want to go back to school or whatever because of this, and, all these girls are, probably bullying Sophia, like, oh, your titties, everybody knows about it, basically. The only people that doesn't know, sorry, y'all, the only people that don't know about this is the family. They don't know about, well, except for Zora. Now, throughout the episode, because this was supposed to be the first Sunday, that they're having church at the house, right? And so, Sophia, no, Charity was kind of had an idea of something's going on, like, what's going on? You're over here talking and stuff. And like, oh, it's nothing, da da da, and whatnot. So yeah, later on in the episode, child, I'm gonna get on him in a minute, but later on in the episode, Sophia's talking to AJ, and AJ's like, if you don't want to go, then don't go. Like, just, at some point, basically, I feel like what he was saying, like, you want to stay here with Zora and him and everybody, but it's like, at some point, you gotta go. You have to go. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, technically speaking, they live in that whole house. So, yeah, I'm like, hey, I want to stay here. That's fine. But at the same time, though, bro, ain't nobody got time to be staying. But it's still a big-ass house, though. Like, shit, yeah. But, it's not like you're obligated to stay there. Like, you have to find your own. So, whatever decision you make, whatever. And you got to face it head on. Like, girl, these pictures ain't going nowhere. It is what it is. You just gotta hold your head up high, be like, yeah, girl, you like my tits? Hey. Something like that. But that was really it on Sophia. Like, child, you'll be alright. You will be alright, okay? So the next people I want to talk about, so throughout the episode, we have Jacob and Carissa. They're contemplating on breaking the news on their divorce to Zora. So when they were having their service at the house, Carissa, child, I just want, Bishop got her together so good. Oh my gosh, he was like, listen, ever since I met you, you just just mean. Like, just focus on Jesus or something. Like, shut up, basically. In a Christian way, he told her, shut up. He said, be still. He said, focus on Jesus and be still. He said, shut up. Like, ain't nobody asked all this. So, was that on that. And then, Carissa, like, she is just hell-bent on trying to, she wants to stay in this marriage, which is weird because it's like, why? Like, you're sitting here, you're complaining, like, is it for the money? Because I don't think Carissa really loves Jacob like that. I don't think she does. So it's a little weird that she's, like, really trying to keep, staying in. Maybe y'all can tell me down below. She is really adamant on staying in this marriage. And, what's her name? What's the old girl's name? Oh, yeah, Carissa. At one point, she was talking to Jacob, and she's like, do you insist on, hurting the children? And, like, think about the children. And she was like, when you was, spending your afternoons with herpes, when you was spending your afternoons with chlamydia, were you looking at photos of the children? I was like, ooh. Again, we know Jacob, dirty dick. We know that. But at the same time, it's like, he ain't bring home, like, the fact that that you brought home a STD that's possibly curable. What if you brought home AIDS, man, and HIV? Bro, oh my God. And then you're sitting here, not only did you do that, but then you sitting here talking about a will from this man that you got, a STD from, that you was sleeping with. You got that, and I'm like, girl, and you want somebody to stay with you? Absolutely not. The way you behaving, no, they ain't gonna work here. So, basically, like I said, throughout the episode, you see little moments where they're bickering with each other in front of everybody. Like, they just letting it all hang, right? So finally, they get to the part where they sit down with Zora. And, Zora, she has a way of, which I feel like I'm the same, where it's like, I'm hurt, but, I'm like, I'm not trying to show it in front of everybody. I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. Yeah, okay. And then I'll leave and then, be crying and, like, never really, like, I'm hurt, but I'm just like, no, it's whatever. I ain't trying to sit here and, deal with the whole shebang. Like, just, it is what it is, whatever, but I'm actually hurt. So she did that. And, just to tie in Zora's stuff, at one point she was sitting in her cottage room. I'm like, girl, you got your own cottage? Okay. She was in her cottage, which I would have done the same thing. Like, y'all want to stay in this house, that's fine, but I need my own thing. So, Grace comes in, and, you can tell in this episode, the closeness that's there. That's the one thing about the show. Like, you can tell, even though there are moments... Sorry, y'all. There are moments in the show where we see them, there's rift, but there's also closeness there, especially, among the aunts and the uncles and all that. Like, there's closeness there, so that's good. So, yeah, but I wish there was more of a moment with Zora and Grace. That would have been cool. Like, she was like, because, I don't know if Grace married what's the name? I don't know if she did, but if she did and then they got divorced or whatever, then maybe Sophia can be like, oh, I know what that feels like and blah blah blah. But yeah, but back to Carissa and Jacob. Carissa was like, tomorrow, we're gonna take Winky, I love that name, Winky to child psychologist so they can break the news to him, in the, best way possible. But after that, there's no going back. And then Jacob, he's still hell-bent on, okay, it is what it is. Um, I saw on my, cause I watched on my Fire Stick, and I saw there's like 6 episodes. Greenleaf, y'all better not give us just 6 episodes, and that be it. I'll be so pissed. I'm gonna be so like, y'all better not be giving us 6 episodes. Hell no. So AJ, I'm gonna go ahead and get on him. It was good to see AJ, right? But y'all, man, okay, so AJ, he's there, which I was like, okay, cool. AJ and Noah, they're both there. At some point, AJ is hanging out with Bishop, which I'm like, ooh, because you know Bishop, he will get in there and clean your soul all the way up. He clean you up, gut you like a fish, man. So, yeah. But they were watching Carissa and Jacob, you know, arguing and stuff. And Bishop was like, why is it, you know, you have all this family here and you just insist on, you know, breaking it up. And so AJ's like, well, you know, sometimes, you know, people, you know, break things, you know, put things together and then break it apart, not for ill intent, but just to see what's going to happen. And Bishop was like, he said, I want to show you something. So they go into this little shed, and Bishop's saying that he has this car that's in this crate, right? So he was saying that when he was 16 years old, he wanted a certain car. His dad was like, you know, you got to work for it and all the other stuff. So, you know, just pray on it, basically. So what happened, he said that, you know, Dad's like, your prayers been answered, here's your car. But what happened, the car has to be put together, which I'm like, what kind of car? Who wants to do that? And so Bishop was like, basically saying, you know, faith without works is dead, which is so true. Like, a lot of people out here thinking that Jesus is just gonna poof, there it is. No, you gotta work for that stuff. You know, like, you can't sit here and be like, oh, we're gonna put it in Jesus' hands, and then, you know, you just sitting there waiting like he fucking Santa Claus or something. He's not. You know, that's not how it works here. So, you know, you gotta do your part, you know. It's just like when you go to the doctor and you got like some sort of disease or like cancer or whatever. Like, you can't sit here and expect the doctor to give you all this medicine and do all this thing to save your life, and you're not doing anything to help, you know. Like, you gotta do your part, basically. And that's just with anything, really. You gotta do your part. So yeah, so Bishop was like, why don't you help me put this car together? And then, you know, AJ was like, okay, yes, I'll do it. But back to when he was talking to Sophia, I'm sitting here like, yeah, he was giving some sound advice, but it's like, you're sitting here talking as if you ain't just killed yourself, or no, he didn't kill himself, but ain't tried to kill himself. Like, he wasn't sitting here running away and, you know, I don't want to be with it, I can't be with it, you know, just being dramatic as hell. And then now, all of a sudden, you got all the advice in the world. I ain't like that, y'all. I don't know. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about that, but I ain't like that. I was, like, that didn't make sense. Like, all of a sudden, he's just, oh, no. I ain't like that at all. But, at one point, Grace and Noah was talking, and Grace asked, you know, so how's it with Noah? It's like, oh, he's just to himself. First of all, I thought he was 20, not 24. Girl, you my age. You are my age. You're my age, bro. Oh my God. But I think, I don't know. Y'all getting that vibe that maybe AJ, because one thing that Bishop is doing, like, he's not being like, you have to be, like, he's like, you, because one thing he said it's not about, which is, oh, I'm so glad he said it, you know, religion, it doesn't have a rule book. I was like, ooh, come on, Bishop, there's no rules to this. And he was like, you know, it's all about your experience. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. It's all about it. It really is like, when you put all these rules that you think what it should be, then it's like, no, ain't nobody trying to hear that, you know? So Bishop, he's not like trying to push AJ, but he's like planting little seeds and plant a seed here and there, you know. I'm not gonna, overly do it, but I'm gonna give you a little bit here and there. So that's good. So but yeah, I ain't like how AJ was just all of a sudden like, yeah, I got all the advice in the world. Sir, you could use this same advice. So the next people, who else I want? Who's the next people? And Grace, not much happened with her. She talked, like I said, she talked to Noah and everything, and she talked about how she's tired and she hadn't been sleeping that good and everything. And Noah's just like, let's just, you can lay here and go to sleep. And she did for like an hour. I'm like, girl, I've been knocked, okay? But she went to sleep and everything. I don't know why. I just be having anxiety when it's come to this show. Or not anxiety, but have my guard up, like, waiting for something to happen. Where somebody walking, because the way Grace got up, her hair was all messed up a little bit. She was like, I'm like, please don't let AJ walk in or Sophia walk in and be like, what the hell y'all do? Was you doing a little sloppy here? No, that ain't happened. But yeah, not much happened with Grace, I don't think. But she did find some like a journal, and in that journal was a sketching of the house, basically. So I'm interested in seeing what's gonna happen with that. So at one point in the show, Charity. Now I know I ain't the most religious person ever, but girl, she be walking around these dress that be all up to her hoo-ha and everything. Like, she was sitting there singing and stuff, and I was like, okay. And then I look at her shoes, them things was high. I'm like, damn, like stripper extraordinaire. Like, I said, like, and then the other episode when she had on that white dress, I'm like, dang, so she just, and people okay with this? Okay, well, let me go to your church then. But yeah, Charity basically, like I said throughout the episode, Corinne is there, and she was saying how her grandmother's at the church because it was supposed to be the last day for the church before they knock it down the next day. Did it say it was on Tuesday? They said they were going to knock it down on Tuesday. So what were they doing on Sunday? What? I'm confused. But anyway, Corinne is basically saying that the grandmother wanted to be there, because it's her church. And she's like, I just want to be there. It's like, okay. And the whole time, the grandmother's texting what's going on, saying that, it's dry, unseasoned, no life. Just... Okay, Jesus was asleep. He was, okay, he ain't wake up that day. He woke up the next day. Like, bro, Jesus was knocked. Okay, that's how tired, through, and delayed. But it's just, disheartening because they say after service, they literally brought the bulldozer to the church. And I'm like, no, they brought the bulldozer during church. And then after church, Judy and Phil went outside and put their hard hats on and just, selfies and all that stuff. And it was like, they have no respect, obviously. Like, they have absolutely no respect. They have no oomph, no kirk about themselves. Like, they just don't care about this. This is history. This church has been around for a long time, and y'all just don't care. And you can tell based on Corinne's grandmother's, reaction, she's just hurt. Like, and I'm sure a lot of the members are hurt. And I just want the deacon board to, fuck y'all. Because, especially Connie, ooh, I hate her. Especially Connie, like, look at what y'all did. I hope y'all just, and you can't say, oh, well, y'all are smart people. Come on now. But, Yeah, so, but at one point, Charity did call Phil's father, and he's still in that. You only got 2 minutes. I'm like, sir, I just wanted Charity to cuss him out. Because, last episode, Grace tried to call, and he was like, 3 strikes, you're out, hang up. With that flip, with that flip phone. Girl, see, this make me want to get a flip phone so I can be click, 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 click. Like, you can hear it. See, when you hang up on an iPhone or any smartphone, it's like, but with a flip phone, you know I hung up on you. You know I did. So yeah, that was that on that. What else? But yeah, she tries to talk to old dude, and he still ain't having it. She's like, "Look, I'm just trying to save my church," and he's like, "You sound cute and all, but you doing a little too much." I'm like, "Sir, ugh, like I hate people like that. Like what, girl? What went on in your world ain't got nothing to do with me. Chill." So the next thing, like I said, they had the first Sunday church at the house, and May led the service. Let's see. She also makes the decision because y'all know last episode, Tara James called and was like, "I want that house," basically. So May was like, "Well, you two went and talked and ain't shit happened, so I'm gonna go get her together." So May goes over there, and we see that, Tara's out here, doing the Lord's work and giving food to, people who need it and all that whatnot. And they start talking about the house and everything, and she's like, "Why do you want it?" She's like, "Well, I don't have a concrete claim to it." She said, "But if that house was left to my daddy, then I would want it, not to just, live in it, but do you realize so many women that are out there that need it, those who are on drugs, people who are homeless, like," and I'm sitting there thinking, once again, all that house. That's a whole ass house, okay? I don't know how many rooms are in there, but that's a lot of house. And you could turn that into a center, So May went from, y'all know herself, where she's like, to where she's like white in the face. If she done seen her go, she's like, "Oh." She said, "Well, you keep doing your thing, okay?" So she goes home, she tells Bishop that, give her the house. And he's like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, just give her the house." And then later on in the episode, Bishop and May, they're having this argument, and they're like, she's like, "Just give her the house." And she didn't want the club that Mavis had. She didn't want to put the church there. She's like, because she said, "I want something that's built on truth, not lies." Not saying that Mavis, no, like she wants something that's solid. And I'm like, I hear you. Bishop's still in that, "No, don't do it," and all. And even she was like, even Grace is like in the same thinking of Bishop. She's like, and Bishop was like, Grace is just trying to help. So so then at one point, Charity walks in, and she's like, "Do y'all want to go to the church one last time?" And then at first Lady May was like, "No, I don't want to go." And she was like, "No, we're not going to say goodbye. We're just going to say thank you." So they go. They're sitting there reminiscing, and they walk into the pulpit. They holding hands. First of all, did y'all peep they had black Jesus up there? I know that's right. I said, yeah, Jesus was black. I don't want to hear it. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Jesus was black. Bite me. But, yeah, they stood there, and they was just, saying thank you to the church, and just, talking about the first person they baptized, which was a woman that was 92 years old. I'm like, 92? And she just was dancing all on this stage. I'm like, but she 90. Girl, you waited till you was at death's door to be like, "Hey." whatever. She wanted to get it 92, girl. You about to die. I guess you let me get my life together at 92. Ooh, we back here, you know. Okay then. But basically basically they standing all together. It was a moment. It was, Greenleaf is good for giving those moments where you want to be like, trying not to cry. I was like, oh. So yeah, that's what happened with that. But Bishop agrees. He's like, just whatever you decide to do, give her the house. And then May was like, it's not my decision, it's God's decision. I'm like, okay, putting in God's hands, all right. So later on after that, Bishop and May, they go to see Tara James. Ooh, girl, this right here. They go and they see, Tara. She comes in and she's like, oh, y'all here? And then out from the woodworks, we see Rochelle. I said, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew she was alive. And then at one point, as she was walking out, she walked out of there like she was the devil, man. She just, I said, She walked out of there and it's like, hey, and it walked past Bishop. I said, don't look at him. And the whole time, Bishop and May was like, you gonna try to swindle? I said, y'all about to get this girl. As soon as y'all was like, about to get this girl, it's church. There it is. God's like, don't do it. Not the church, the house. So, but as Rochelle was walking out, we see this white Suburban pull up. I think it was gray. But it pulls up, and I'm like, so we gonna see Basie walking out? We gonna see him walk out? And then it cut off. I said, we didn't get to see him. He was gonna walk out. And we gonna be like, there he is. I do it. I do it. I do. I knew this was happening. Yeah. Y'all, this episode here was some shiznick, man. And like I said, y'all better not have given us 6 episodes talking about day 1 to day 2 to 6th day. Excuse me, on the 7th day, he rests, okay? Is that what y'all telling us? Because if y'all giving us 7, I'm gonna be so mad. 7. See, the last people that gave us 6 episodes was Game of Thrones, and that shit was trash. Don't do this to us. Don't do this to us. They do this whenever a season ends, the season is always trash, and so far Greenleaf is good. It's yum. But don't do this. Like, I want 24. I want 24 episodes. I want to be here. Because there ain't no way y'all can just, tie all this up on the 6th day. Ugh. But yeah, y'all. That was Greenleaf. It was good. I loved it. It's 9:50 now, so I'm gonna try to edit it now since I have some time, and then if I finish, then hopefully, if not, most likely I'll have to upload it by the time I get home. So yeah, but that's all I got, y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one. Oh, before I go, so because I have this new job, whoop whoop, money, hey, since I have this new job, I work during the day, so right now, because I'm new, I just have like a certain schedule right now, so I don't know if it's gonna change or anything, but most likely, if I have time or not, I'll probably get my reviews and my news and all the other stuff recorded at night, like as soon as I get off work, because that's how much I love y'all. At night. But yeah, that's really much it. Like I said, I will see y'all in the next one.